inspiration and marketing savvies go henceforth, forthwith, and destroy those dents with a lovely cup of tea and a stick of a nip. Attention! For those dent guys. Bravo, chaps.
Mike's
Let's unmute those mics.
I know, I was looking to see if my mic was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Back in the room. How are we? Welcome back to those dent guys. I'm Ben Ridley off of Trident PDR.
I'm Martin Sadler. Martin Sadler, that's my name, from Dent Removal.
There we go. Present and correct. As
I was going to say saddle socks, but you know.
Proper show, this one, isn't it? 15 people turned up that are sick enough to want to know about sharp dents and all that. I don't want to know because I don't do them. So I'm just going to chip off in a minute.
Oh, thanks a lot. I thought you did them all the time.
Nope. No, it's all Photoshop and lies. I mean,
is it?
No, we all do sharp dents, don't we? I just don't like them.
No,
right.
I don't like them either.
So but imagine. Go on.
No, you first.
No, I was just going to say, imagine my joy when you suggested yesterday that we ought to do a show on sharp dents. I was like, yay, my favourite subject.
Well, you might learn something then. Well, we all might learn something. You never know.
I'm hoping so, to be honest with you, because if there's anything that can make my life better with that, then sign me up.
Just send it to someone else.
I do. I keep saying this. Yeah, I keep sending them to Wayne, don't I?
Oh, yeah. Oh, he loves them, doesn't he? He loves Sharpie dents.
He's also very, very good at them. So,
oh, lovely.
There you go. So, we're up to 20 people. Look at 24. Jesus,
I'm one of them. Because
come on.
I've got you. I've got us on my phone. I'm actually watching tonight.
What, you're watching and doing the podcast? That's irresponsible.
Yeah.
That. Is that like drinking? It's like drinking while driving.
I'm just trying to get ratings up.
Quick, I'll sign in on every device then. Let's go up to that.
Right, okay, so let's see who's watching. I've got me, good evening, Dent people. James Day, good evening. Keco, evening. Samuel, evening. James Bernard. Oh, sorry, yeah, I'll just click him up. Evening, James.
How are we?
Good evening, Steve Johnstone. Oh.
Evening, Aaron. Can't swear on the
Aaron.
show.
Yeah, we can't swear on the show.
Had a good chat with Aaron today. Nice
to
have a quick chat.
Hello.
How you doing?
Graham Seaton, good evening.
Yep.
Stuart Banfry, good evening.
Evening.
Brian Milner, hello all.
Mm-hmm. Who else is on?
The man, Don.
Hey, Don. How are we?
All right, Don, how are you doing?
All the way from the US of A. I was actually watching that show back the other day. You know, like how footballers and that watch old games just to see how they could have improved and stuff. I was watching a couple of our shows back just to see if we can make things a bit better. We're well rubbish, aren't we?
What, watching our show from a few ones back?
Yeah. Well, I watched the first episode again just to see kind of where we were at as opposed to then.
Got you. If we got better or not?
I'd say it's more of a train wreck, but it's probably slightly funnier, arguably.
It's just still on the rails, just still. Rob Bentham, hello. Dave Dixon, good evening. Steve Wood, East Side. Anthony Pritchard.
Oh, Badger. Oh. We've got a bit of content from Anthony.
Wayne Patrick Allen, Joshua Dragos. That's it.
That's it. Everyone's on.
Roll call.
Don saying you're awesome. We all love you guys.
We love you too.
Great guys. Oh, mate, I'm going to well up in a minute.
I already am. I was a minute ago.
Nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Well, good evening, one and all. We are hovering around that 20 mark, which is awesome. What's Igor saying there? Oh my God, your shirt, Ben. Haven't seen that for a while. Well, you won't have done since I stole it off you at MTE last. That's Igor's t-shirt there. Stole it off his back. Bless him.
I want one of those, but I don't think you do a size that fits me.
I think it's the only one in existence. I'm not sure.
Is it really?
I was like, I've got to get that t-shirt, and he gave it me. So,
right. Who did we have on last week? We had last time we had Dan Easton, didn't we?
That's correct. We did
I
have Dan.
hope you all saw that one and enjoyed it.
That's right.
Good chap, isn't he?
Dan, yeah, we had a good chat with Dan, didn't we, from Forth Valley Dents, just to remind everyone. Go and follow him at Forth Valley Dents on all his social medias. Yeah, it's a good show. It's always nice talking to sort of techs that haven't quite got started in the career, so to speak. Obviously, he's still working as a panel beater, but getting it done and looking at that jump to going to be a tech. So, yeah, it's always nice to hear from sort of the new guys as opposed to the veterans and, you know, the old guard, so to speak.
Yeah, it's a massive step in it to go from working full time to doing this, and especially this time of year, I certainly wouldn't recommend it.
There's a few lads out there who are just making the jump this time of year. Don't say that.
Oh dear.
What you mean to say is, keep going, lads. You're smashing it.
You're smashing it.
Yeah, you totally made the right choice at this time of year. No, to be fair though, if you have made the jump just recently, and I do know a few lads, obviously Joe Monk. No, I know. My mate Gary from GW Auto Bodies, he's just sort of made the leap as well.
Well done.
It is scary, but they all seem to be doing really well, which is good. And obviously, again, with shows like this and a lot of the other guys in America, keep watching those because there's a lot of information and a lot of business advice as well. You know, just it doesn't hurt to reach out, and all us who struggle through winters and whatnot are always there to help out, you know.
Hang on. Dennis Alexander, all the way from USA.
Evening.
Afternoon. Morning.
Yeah, I think on a whole they're about 6 hours behind, probably. So whatever time that is now, 2, 3 in the afternoon, maybe. I don't know.
Could be.
Who knows? Right. What are we doing? Sharp Dents.
Sharp Dents.
God. Right. So you techs out there who are experienced know what you're doing, especially with Sharp Dents. We want plenty of interaction with you this evening, so keep chucking up in the comments section and letting us know your thoughts on processes, tools you use, you know, any ways that anyone goes about anything right or wrong or whatever to get that perfect result. In fact, it's a good job Igor's here tonight because he sent us a bit of content on a nasty bit of sharp dentage.
Dentage.
We're going to put that up probably last towards the end of the show, but trust me when I say you need to stay and watch it, because tool selection, time for repair, and method, if I didn't know Igor, I would call bull because it's just insane, absolute insane. So stay tuned. We will be getting to that towards the end. Right. This is your show, mate. I'm just going to sit here looking pretty.
Come on. It was a joint effort, this one. So, yeah, basically, sharp dents, we all get them, and they're not very nice to do. And, we just want to know how you tackle it. Or, you know, I mean, I know how I do it my way, and I've lost a few, and I've won a few.
And it's always ones you think you're going to get as well, then they just sort of go pear-shaped on you at the last minute. I had one a few weeks ago, and it was just, I was home free, dent was up, easy going, and then just right at the last minute, paint just went, off you go. I'm like, what the f?
That's it. You know, it gets to a point where you're pushing them, where you're thinking, is this gonna stretch, or you know, you're just gonna make a right mess of it, and you're gonna get paid for it at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%. So, what have we got? We've got some examples. What are we doing?
Go for it.
Chuck some examples up, and let's all have a little chat.
See what we're talking about.
Right. A lot of these are ones you've done. So, talk us through it, man.
Well, yeah, that was a super sharp dent, and someone had tried doing that as well and locked it up.
So that had already been hit before, had it?
Yeah, that had been repaired to a point where it was up to the tech's stand. You know, he couldn't get it any further, so they left it, and I had to go and fix it. So basically, I had to tap it all the way back in and get rid of some marks as well.
Right.
And I think I had to power PDR box that one as well. It came out well, but there was a lot of sharp tips and sharp knockdowns, you know, used on that one to get it to that standard.
I'm assuming this is the after picture, right?
Yeah, there's a few wiggles there, isn't there?
How do we know? There's no point of reference. I'm calling fake. What?
Look in the centre where those little wiggles are and fat lines. There you go.
Can't read lines, mate. No idea.
We'll
Can't
have to
read them.
do fog as well for you.
Oh, yes. My territory. So say again, how did you rebuild that then from the bottom up?
So I had to tap it back in again. So there's quite a few pick marks. I had to use something like a VIP tip.
You bought props?
Yeah, of course I have.
I didn't know he was doing props.
Did you get the memo?
No.
God's sake, you brought a beer, didn't you?
Yeah, sure. Then.
So I had to start off. Well, yeah, I tapped it all back in again and made it more of a shallower dent. Then I used the Sharpie dents like the Gator V tip. There you go.
Nice.
Ooh, look at my horrible nails. And just steadily brought it back up with that. But I'm sure I had to power box it as well.
I think you did, because I seem to remember you sending that through to me while you were working on it.
Screaming.
As we do on any given day. Help! What's everyone doing with a dent like that that's locked up? I mean, they are some of the worst that have already been worked, though, especially when they're sort of small and sharp.
Yeah. Well, especially when they've been worked, yeah, like you said, worked up to a point where it's kind of nearly stretching as well.
Yeah. How that actually stretched then? Was it flopping about, or?
I think it was, yeah.
I'm assuming it must have been if you power PDR'd it.
Yes.
Yes. Well, we'll have a chat about the power PDR later, because obviously a lot of these stretch dents and sharp dents can go pear-shaped if they're not already pear-shaped, and obviously it is a valuable saver of dents.
Yes. Well, how would you start that one?
Like I said, by picking up the phone and passing it on to Wayne.
That's easy. That's an easy way out there.
I know it is. Well, I'm all for an easy life now, me, mate. How would I start that one? Again, I mean, it's hard to tell from a photo, so like just how messed up it was from somebody else, you know, obviously the same. We're going to have to undo it to redo it, aren't we?
Yeah.
But I've always been one for, I don't know, again, we'll talk about it in a bit, but I suppose if it's a larger area and it's got the shoulders and whatnot, I'm probably going to dolly it a bit, to be fair. But certainly on the hail side, again, we'll talk about this in a bit, because we've got some stuff from Anthony over in Germany relating to hail. But I've always been a sharp tip guy to bring up sharp dents. You know, just spike them up and then block them down and paint them. No, joking.
Paint them.
Joking. Yeah, no, I've always
out.
just found it easier to pick them up to save them from stretching. But yeah. Okay, well, what about this then? Now that, to me,
Yeah, that was a good one. That was. What did that? I don't know. I'm asking myself. It kind of looks like it's been shot, but you know, with like a BB gun or a ball bearing gun, it was really, really deep.
I bet that's a bigger dent than it looks there as well.
I can't remember. There's a video on it. I can't. I don't know. I know I had to strip it right out, but on this one I used the Dent Technology flat tip.
Dent Technology flat tip.
That's this one.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, good job you bought props in it. Eh?
Yeah, there you go. That one.
Tell you now. So what were you doing with that? Were you just using that sort of to dolly, or were you?
So I was pushing from the back end, and then I was lightly tapping around the dented area, you know, the shoulders of the dent to try and bring up the center. It works really well, to be fair.
So can you? I've never really used those sort of bigger, flatter tips, to be fair. So are you starting and finishing with that, or
just start it? Just stick it on on your screw tip bar and just put a little bit of weight on there, and you'll have a dent easy with it.
Yeah.
And if you want to go a bit further,
Sam's not bothered about that dent either. He'd say he'd drive by that one. Agreed. Or just sub it out to Martin, because he loves them.
The good thing about VIP tips is you can open a beer as well if you haven't got any nails.
There you go. Danny Hutchinson, how you doing, Danny? He's just got a question for you, saying what with a soft tip hammer? I'm assuming sort of dollying with?
Yeah, I just use the well, I've only got one tip on my hammer. It's the blue mushroom one.
Okay.
So it works for everything, that one.
Well, there you go.
It's very nice.
Have to get on Keco quick before they sell out then. Brian's agreeing they're great tips to have. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I think Brian was relating to the dent technology one there.
That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of...
Is that a pivot?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. When you sort of like get it in your hands, you think, how's that going to work? But then when you stick it onto a dent, maybe in an open area like a roof or a bonnet, I actually bought that for a roof dent because I was a bit concerned that I'd get all the way there and it wouldn't come out.
Right.
I'd done a dent similar and knackered it right up. So I thought, well, if I get that, I might be all right. And anyway, I used it and it was fine.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
I didn't need to shrink it or anything.
Happy days. Yeah, I mean, we'll have a look into some of those shrinking tips in a bit. But yeah, I mean, I've not had tons to do with them, but obviously we had that day at the workshop, didn't we? Testing out the Glexosonic tips and whatnot. But again, we'll get to those in a bit. Support props left, right, and centre. Why have I got all these pictures to upload then?
Sam Yeo says he did the drive-by on that Volvo wing.
Oh.
Pew, pew.
Nice. Pew, 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 live. Right, on to the next then.
On to the next. Oh, God. That was, I think that was an BMW door, that was.
That's got to have bracing issues, surely.
There was a brace which ran diagonal just above it.
Right.
And that, what did I use for that? I'm talking to my tips. Hang on. Which one of you did I use? Let me try and have a look. I think I used the R4 Cherry. You know, the red one.
Right.
I used that one to pull it up, but then it left me with a sharp crease. So then, obviously, silver. If you start pushing with sharper tips, you're going to end up bruising it and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I tapped it back in and started using. I took the cherry off the R4 screw tip, and I used it just with the steel.
Right. So metal on metal, yeah.
Metal on metal, yeah.
Lovely. Is that your go-to for sort of sharp stuff? Is metal to metal, or?
Yeah, well, I like the mega sharp tips, probably like you, but yeah, I kind of go down a range. So that's, I might have a plastic soft tip on there, and if I'm not getting what I need, then I'll go on to the same tip but without the plastic cap on.
Right.
And then I'll go down to like the mega sharp tips to fine tune.
Yeah. So just working up the grades like.
That's the one. Nice and easy.
Fair play, old bean. I mean, I suppose let's have a look at the.
How would you attack it? Oh yeah.
With some of them, to be fair.
Would you?
Yeah. Boy.
So which one do you prefer on there? Then I've got both.
I've not actually used the little hedgehog tip yet, but the bigger Sonics. So they do the soft and the hard, don't they?
Yeah.
And I seem to have got on a bit better with the soft one, if I'm honest. But so we had that day at the workshop, didn't we? Which we should have got more content from, knowing that we were probably going to do a show on this. But we had that day where we were literally just beating a bonnet with a 3-pound lump hammer, thinking that we weren't going to be able to do much with it, just for the purpose of checking those tips out, really.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, the speed and cleanliness as well, really, that they came up with those tips was just insane. And it's not something I'd really played with before or really given much thought to, because you just get stuck in your ways sometimes, don't you? I knew what I'd use on hail. I knew how to bring things up in my time, my speed, whatever, and that's it. And sometimes you just don't step out of the box and try anything new. But yeah, I've got to say, those do work.
Well, if you think like you're using a sharper tip, and you're pushing all those little push marks to try and shrink it, if you're using a multi-spiked tip like those, like the Hedgehog and the Glexo, you're doing 10 times the work in 10 times quicker. aren't you, really? Because you're putting 10 spikes in instead of 1 spike. But
Right,
I've found, I've found that the hedgehog leaves a lot of little sharper marks
right,
on
okay.
the painted surface rather than
So-
the Glexo, because the spikes are a bit spaced apart. But I don't know if anyone else has that issue.
Is that you go for the Glexo over that, or is it have they both got their use?
I'll try. Yeah, I'll try all of them really. But if I don't get what I desire from it, then I'll change to another tip and see if that works.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, if you push the paint in the panel, I suppose doesn't make too any.
Oh yeah, it doesn't matter then.
No, but if you're obviously going for the finish, you're probably going to need to think about it a bit more, aren't you?
Yeah, if you're not planning on sanding the panel or anything, nibbing it or anything, then you got to go careful with them tips.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
For sure.
For sure. Wayne Patrick Allen is saying, when I use the rectangle Glexo spike, sometimes I put some tester tape on it to minimize the spiking. That ain't a bad tip. Ain't a bad tip at all. Good shout.
Tried that as well, especially on the sharpest, the sharper ones. So you get the Glexo hat. Is it hard? Is it? You get the soft and the hard. Yeah, I've put some tester tape on it in the past. It does help it. Good tip.
Good shout. Anthony is saying, not a big fan of the hedgehog. I find it too small, and with the pressure we push with, it spiked the paint easily. Defo sorry for push the paint.
There you go.
Pushing too hard, mate. Pushing too hard. Calm down.
Calm down.
But no, they're definitely worth a look at, though. Danny, clearly on the comedy trip tonight. Not a bad tip for a tip. There you go.
If you want to send us any tips, we'll start a Patreon if you want.
We can't earn off this. This is a non-profit organisation.
God, don't I
know. So yeah, like I say, any sort of tips that anybody's using or any bits of advice like what Wayne's saying and Anthony and whatnot, definitely chuck them up in the comment section, folks, because this is a good learning curve for everybody, myself included, because I do not like them, as we know.
Yeah, I mean that's my tips. The Gator V tip, the Glexo Sharp, R4 tip, Cherry Cap, and just any sharpish ones really. But you do need the blunt ones to start it off. But I mean, I use 90% of the time I just use screw tips anyway, so I don't use any other tools. So I mean, I know quite a lot of you use bars like Reapers and stuff like that. So which I don't use.
Reapers for the win.
Yeah, you see. I need to get into 2021, don't I? Buy some.
Do, mate. Reapers are awesome. In fact, we were on with John the other week, weren't we?
It's crazy.
What a dude from Dent Reaper, and we obviously no problem saying how much we love them over here in the UK. I don't think there's many guys that haven't got the Reaper bar, and if you haven't, you should.
All right.
Other than you, you should go. They're wicked. What are you saying? What tools do you use to start a sharp dent repair? Good question, Martin. What do you use to start?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I just told you.
Well, I wasn't listening.
Oh God!
Just to recap,
I use a screw tip bar. So I'll use like an ultra bar if I can get in there. That's my go-to. Or I'll use the ultra, like the Mark Rennie bars.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
yes,
I'll use that. But another thing, I did that golf. I did a black golf bodyline dent. You got a picture, and I actually used the what did I take it out with? I managed to. Oh no, it was horrid. I managed to get the bulk of it out with a plastic bullet tip, the shaved down one.
Right.
Seen it before, and then I had to get the actual line back in. I used a sharp steel bullet tip.
Right. Yeah.
There you go. Got another picture. One of them. It's just
Yeah,
the basic one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and just had to carefully massage that line back. I think if it had been silver or something like that, no way. Or white. No, silver or white, it'd have been a goner.
What are we saying, folks? What are we saying in the comments? How are you dealing with that dent? Barry, I'm always going to get this wrong. Makatasny, sorry, mate, I'm bad with names, really bad. He's saying, heat your tip a bit. Yeah, not a bad shout at all. Not a bad shout at all.
Good idea.
Yeah, for sure. Anthony, best gift I got from Rideau in France was the Moneymaker Reaper. Yeah, he kept stealing my Reaper. I had the mini red-handled one. He kept stealing it off my cart.
They just kept it.
Well, I just gave it him in the end because it was we were losing more time and money with him walking around the car and getting it off my cart, so I just gave it him. So stay over there.
What's Danny saying? When I did when I did hail big stretch dents, I've used hockey puck from Drew's Tools.
Not seen
What's one of them?
Let's have a look. Go on, keep blabbing. I'll have a look.
I'm not sure what it is.
Let's have a quick look. Go and have a look at Drew's Tools, shall we?
Don saying, listen to Barry is one of the best dent gods in our industry. Yeah.
Good shout. Good shout.
I agree. Yeah. There you go.
I did hear there was some knowledge bombs going on down at the keco open day from Barry.
I wish I'd gone.
What did he say it was? Hockey puck?
Hockey puck.
Hockey puck.
From Drew's Tools.
Drew's Tools.
Drew's Tools.
God, I'm tired. I'm not tired.
Oh, I thought you said you was tired then.
I am.
Right, man.
No.
Yeah, so obviously we need to place our reflection board somewhere. I know none of you like lines and stuff. So what's the best reflection for those sharp dents? I know there's some little reflection lamps. Is there? Is it a lamp? Is it?
Yeah. So I mean, I sort of introduced this concept a few years ago, and it is a great concept. But basically, a fade light, but without an edging around it that you can bring right up. So it's almost like the perspex is right close to the dent. So you've not got the edge of the light casting any kind of reflection.
Yeah.
And you can bring it right up to the dent, and you will see, even on the sharpest stuff, you'll see that very bottom, which obviously then you can just slowly start picking and building. But it's very, very easy to get carried away with those and keep fixing. So because you can see it, you just keep going and going until you're sort of somewhere near. But by the time you take that away to maybe a further light, if that makes sense, you kind of mess things up at that point. So you need to be a bit strict with yourself. If you've got that light right into the bottom of the dent, and I'm talking right on top of it, just literally fix that bottom, get that first few layers of pushes in, then get it away, and you're just left with a normal dent at that point. So we were doing it quite a bit on hail with the sharp stuff, is literally just having that no-edged fade board, just like a mini light thing. So just put it on that given dent. Obviously, you've still got your two hail lights either side of the car, or one, or whatever you use. Fix that bottom, take it out of the way, carry on. Easy life.
Easy life.
Easy
I heard it was nice and easy.
Yeah, it just depends what storm you were on. There's some easy ones and there's some tough ones.
Did you find that puck thing, did you?
No, not yet, mate. I've just got to wade through a lot of hockey stuff, so maybe by the end of the show I'll have it.
Was Dave saying, how on God's earth do you see the bottom of sharp dents using Lions Martin?
That is a very, very good question.
Nice and easy. I just keep pushing until I can see the high spots, and then I knock them back down.
Is that for real?
I don't know. I just fix it.
This is supposed to be an educational show, my man.
I don't know. It just happens, I suppose. I don't know. There's lots to look at when it's lines.
Is it still the same process for you though when you're using lines? Like, with some of that sharp, nasty stuff, do you not use fade at all on those, or? Yeah,
I still use fog on them as well. I'll use 2 lots and natural reflection as well, just so I can get a second opinion, if you know what I mean. It's the same, you know, if you move the line board close, but away from the panel, and then sort of like looking at it like that instead of like that on the panel, you can see quite a bit.
Right.
But
Okay.
It's just what you're used to, isn't it, I suppose.
Of course it is, mate. Of course it is. You know, I mean, just because you're doing it wrong, you'll get there in the end.
Yeah,
mate.
That's what we all say. Yeah,
I know. Igor is saying Mac Meyer has a great small light for these sharp dents. Perfect. Does anyone have does he have a website or anything we can go to check that out? Or if anyone can find us a link for said small lights.
I've got a Mac Meyer, but it's about yeah.
Is it bigger?
10 inch or 12 inch or something like that.
Okay, cool.
So it's probably not what it's on about.
In fact, there you go. There's a better use of all of our time. Instead of me sat here trying to find stuff, if any of you can do a bit of research for us and put it in the comments section so we can share the knowledge, that'd be super duper.
WhatsApp Ridder.
Yeah, mate, you know I don't open your WhatsApp when we're live because it's normally stupid stuff that trying to make me laugh. Just this once, though, I'll have a look. Oh, yes, look, he sent it. Just tools. Top man, Pritchard.
Do you know what we're on about now?
Yeah, I'm just going to try and find a picture and I will put it up on screen as soon as I can. It is literally a hockey puck with a screw head in it by the looks of it.
All right.
So let's see if we can. There you go.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of similar to the dent technology one, then, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm just wondering whether it looks like
it's made out of plastic.
Looks like it's got a bit of a raised center in it as well. So yeah, $50 from Drew's Tools. Might be worth a shout, folks. Interesting. Might be worth a shout, indeed. Let's see if Don's comment actually shows up on screen. Yep.
Wow.
just gonna hide them.
You can read that because I can't read all that.
Don's saying, have you guys ever tried drawing a circle about an inch wider than the shoulders of the dent? If it is super deep and you're having an issue seeing it, if you watch the circle, if you're too far back, the circle will lift in the back. If you are too far forward, the front of the circle will lift. When you're in the sweet spot, the circle will come up straight for a few pushes until you start seeing your tooltips. Super cool, and it works. What an idea. Great idea. I shall be doing that all tomorrow. Good shout, Don. Nice little tip. Especially probably for a new attack as well, if you're looking to get involved with the sharper stuff. Nice little idea.
I'm going to take a picture of that because I'm super techie.
Igor, here it is, macmeyer.com products deep dent light. Right, I'll just leave that there for a second for anybody that wants to type that into the old telephone machine and have a look. Be interesting.
So the next thing is, do you try and open up a sharp dent before pushing, or like I said, you just go straight in for the kill? It all depends how big the dent is, I suppose, doesn't it?
Is there an answer for that? Like, it's just going to be dent specific, isn't it? Don't know really. I suppose I suppose it's more for me if you're anywhere where there's some serious tension, like panel edges or body lines, etc. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be opening the dent up a bit more first. Yeah. Or if it's flat panel, probably not.
What would you do then?
Again, not do it.
Come on.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what I'd do. I'd have my fade board close for a start, so I can get to the bottom of it. I'm going to have to talk about it again. I'd have Colin's mysterious little tool, because this is where it really comes into its own. Can't talk about it though, so that's pointless.
Oh, that tool. Yeah, I forgot. Hey, I tell you what.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is on every job like that. It's on every job anyway, but especially the sharp stuff. And then, it would be just slowly but surely rebuilding that bottom, especially on open panel stuff. I'm not really going to be dollying it as much, I don't think. But again, it just depends. Every dent's different, isn't it?
It certainly is. I mean, if it's a small sharp dent, then I will try and push the dead center of it,
Right.
and just see how it goes. Or, like I say, get a big flat, soft tip on the back, you know, and try and push it that way and tap around it. But if it's a big sharpish dent, then if you go dead center, you usually lift up the edges, and then it's going to be a nightmare to fix.
Yeah. Let's have a little see what our resident deep dent god's up to. Steve Wood. There we go. Who we all know fixes some horrific.
He fixes everything, doesn't he?
Nah, he's nothing he doesn't fix, let's be honest. Anyway, Steve is saying, I start a lot just by feeling the tip of my tool on the sharp centre. A few pushes with a blue or red cap until I can see what's going on. Not so good on sound deadening. Good ideas. I struggle doing that myself because I'm the sort of, I'm the one that will happily slip off that and put a big score up a panel.
Oh, yeah.
And then spend the next half an hour swearing.
Oh, dear. Yeah, we know someone that just did that as well, don't we?
What's that?
We know someone that just did that recently.
What's that?
And slip with the tool.
Do we? Did I miss something? I don't know. was this some sort of secret code, or are you having problems?
No problems here.
Anyway, moving on.
Come on.
What's Anthony saying? I go in straight for a push. That way I can see the crown work better and then make adjustments to the repair method. Yeah, fair play. Steve, it snapped. Oh, was this on the chats today? I missed it. I totally missed it.
Poor lad.
What happened? Come on, Steve. What happened?
Time, it's all that work for nothing. I can still build him.
I'm assuming Steve slipped and snapped his tool and had an issue.
Just snapped on him.
Yeah. Oh no, that's all it was. No one needs to know.
No one needs to know. Here's one for you. So on some of these sharp dents, would you consider the hammer and dolly technique like panel beaters do?
Yeah, obviously we just spoke about it a bit.
But I mean, actually use a hammer and dolly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't own a specific panel beating hammer and dolly with the tools I have in the box. Yeah, absolutely. Especially more so probably when a dent's actually stretched, rather than going straight to power PDR. I might just hammer and dolly for a bit just to see if I can quickly save it and do something sensible.
Yeah.
But in terms of actually starting a dent that's deep in that method, I've never personally had much success with it. However, on this hailstorm we've just done in Leicester, I did hear there was a lot of lads, I can't remember who brought it to the table now, but we're kind of dollying some of the sharper stuff first, and then we're actually hotboxing.
Right.
So dolly up, hotbox to obviously bring it up as much as possible, and then I'm assuming just left with obviously I'm assuming it's still probably quite a sharp center, but with it being up, you can probably deal with it a bit easier, I guess. But I never really tried it out myself because I don't know. Again, probably just out of laziness and knowing what I know and doing what I do. I never really
you just want to get done, don't you?
Yeah, not a good time for starting new stuff, new techniques.
There you go. Anthony Pritchard says they were from Brazil.
What's that with the hammer and dolly stuff?
Yeah. Couple of smiley faces. I think that's a joke. I know those guys use a lot of obviously a lot of hammering when it comes to hail as well, especially. There's a lot of banging going on any given day, but some of the cleanest repairs I've ever seen. Nice.
And they'll actually literally just underneath all day long, which obviously, like I say, take your headphones to work with you if you're anywhere in the vicinity. But some savage repairs. Is there anybody on tonight who actually fixes like that? Actually fixes with hammering from the underside? Be interesting to know, actually. And
I've tried it a few times on certain things, but it's not an everyday thing. It's just maybe if you're going through the different methods to try and get a dent out, you maybe try it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely use like reverse blending and stuff like that on the roof. So, but that's only when it comes down to sort of shallow territories, you know, when you've got like shallow ripples
yeah.
and stuff, I'll definitely go for blending from the underside, but
Yeah.
not certainly not starting dents. I just can't get my head around that.
Brian says, I've used the Shane Jack's blending tip for sharp stuff. You can hit the center without slipping. Is that a plastic or is that a metal one? I'm sure the one that comes on the hammer is a plastic sharp tip. I'm not sure.
So is that the sort of more domed?
I don't know.
Like a more
Shane Jack's blending tip. The only thing I can think of is the metal. I don't know.
Sorry, saying metal one.
Which one?
No. The Shane Jack's one. So I'm assuming it is the bigger domed one. Yeah.
Bigger dome one. No idea.
Those dent guys bringing all the info.
We're off.
We're so researched tonight, aren't we?
I thought I was doing really well.
You have done really well, mate, because I've done nothing. I just turn up and look semi-pretty.
God.
Barely. So yeah, I don't know. Do you use a lot of hammer and dolly technique? Or is that something you brought through more from the body shop world when you were doing it?
I try it. Yeah, I will try it if it's especially on big gnarly stuff that I know that I have to power box. I think I sent you we'll put a picture up on here, a red car with a nasty.
Oh, yep. Let's have a little look at that first.
That was a naughty one, and that was 100%. No, not that one.
Not that one.
No,
that's the only red car I've got, mate.
It doesn't matter then. But yeah, that was seriously locked up. I mean, that was a tasty dent as well.
Yeah,
it was seriously locked up. So I hammer and dollied it, got the main up.
I mean, there's that one, but I wouldn't really call it red.
No,
not that one, is it?
One. No. Yeah, and then I had to power box it. Once I'd strengthened it, I hit it again with the hammer and dolly. I just kept hammer and dollying it until I got it to a workable shape, and then I sharp tipped it.
Yeah. Okay. You see a lot of is it Haroon PDR?
Oh yeah,
with
yeah.
all
the sort of spoons, don't they?
Yeah, all the slapping stuff and whatnot. I'm quite interested in that.
Yeah.
Be interesting to get a set of those and give them a whirl and see what the crack is.
Again, it's the same as with the stand liner stuff. If you get it and you practice and you kind of take on the method of the tool, then it's the same as anything really. You can master it and get really good.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's got a learning curve, hasn't it? And it is easy sometimes to pick something up and go, oh, that's not done what I wanted it to do, and then just chuck it to the side for evermore. But yeah, we're saying about stand liner, we've got a big order coming through.
All right, have you?
Graham, the actual legend that he is, got a few folk together to put in a big stand liner order, so hopefully they shall turn up soon.
But like Christmas.
We can have a little play. Yeah. Ooh. First new tools on board in lemon ages. Actually, that's not true. No, I did buy some tools this week. I brought the Altel scanner. And loads of toll cut. So
have you? Which one? The 80 grit one.
Yeah, I tried to give toll cut up, but turns out I'm an addict and that's it. So I've got all the colours. Dear. Well,
so what about glue pulling sharp dents? Have you tried that? Mind you don't like sharp dents, do you?
Nope. Glue pulling sharp dents. Yeah, I've never had the best success. I mean, obviously, yes, again, on the hail, when we're doing rails, we've got to, because you're not doing anything else. So
how would you do that then?
I mean, pretty much a standard, really. I don't really follow much of a different process from a small dent to a big dent to a deep dent on rails. I'll always start off with a bit of blending first, especially on the bigger stuff, is just to look at that light a bit further back and just blend into the dent a bit. So start from the outside and blend it in. So you're naturally kind of opening it up a bit and flowing the metal. And then, yeah, obviously, if you've got sort of short, tight edges or whatnot, yeah, you probably want to release the pressure from there as much as possible. But just same as standard, really. Straight for the middle, pull up. And to be honest with you, when I get that first pull, if that middle's not come up, it's volcanoed or whatever you want to call it, or even if it has come up, instead of attacking that center first, I'll go back to the crowned areas, because to me in my eyes, once that metal's come up in the middle, I can see the crowns better. Right. So I'll then work the crown areas if they're still there, obviously. And with doing that, I just find the metal will flow back down a lot better because it's not having the resistance of those crowns that are still there. So, yeah, obviously glue pulling sharp dents on rails and stuff, that's the way I'm going with that. And it's just rinse, repeat until you get it. Actually, yeah, that was a good shout when you said, have I got any deep dent stuff? I do have some deep dent rail stuff, but probably a bit late in the game to get that loaded up now. I'll try and get it loaded up onto Facebook or something tomorrow and then have a look at it, like what we do with deep dents on rails.
Lovely. Yeah. I'll try to, well, I'll put a tab on there. I'll try and pull it out, see how it goes. And it's just a lot of tapping and tapping, just trying to make it more of a shallower dent before you pull it back up. But once I've got it to a shallower dent, I'll put a small tab, one that sticks, into the center onto deep, and try and pull that up, and then I can pull the rest of it up. Yeah. Because if you can get the center up, you can finish the rest of it, can't you?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And in fact, Danny's saying now. Danny's saying, do you ever open up the dent deep? Do you ever open up the? I'm assuming deep hail dents on the rail to get more area for glue contact. Yeah. Again, I suppose it's pretty much what we've just talked about, really. Yeah. I'm not going to go too crazy, like really widening that thing out.
No.
Because I don't want that massive area to work ultimately. But I'm lazy. Damn. But obviously, if there's pressure there in the crowns and stuff, again, each dent's different. What's happening around that dent? Is there anything there that's going to be holding the pressure in? So, yeah, I think when it comes to glue pulling, especially rails, you've got to probably pay more attention to what's happening around the dent than worrying about that dent center and getting that, dealing with that center first, because that's never going to lift properly if something's holding it down. So that's my view on it anyways.
I have done a few really small sharp dents, like less than 10 mil, and I've just tapped them a little bit, and then I've gone in with a tab and just tried to get it up as high as possible, one big, and then just try and manipulate the edges back down, and but it is possible to do it that way as well.
Exactly. Danny's saying again, I'm assuming dolly the edge of your rails at all? Yeah, 100%. If we've got something
on the edge,
if we've got something up against that edge, at some point during that process, you're going to have to nudge that metal back to where it needs to be. I think you can go all that time just sort of pulling, and then there's that last little bit that just isn't going to go. At some point, you're going to have to push some metal back to where it needs to be. So yeah, absolutely. Underside, top side, and if there's any side on any panel that, especially like door edges, like inside door jambs and stuff as well. Yeah, 100%. Push that metal back in. I mean, obviously not to the point of like a visible wreck on a visible edge or anything like that. It's just literally looking at where that metal needs to go, because at the end of the day, I think edges as well, you overlook the fact that the metal's probably been pushed out on the other side. You just focus on the dent and not what's happening everywhere. So yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
Andy Slideshow Bobs is on. A bit late to the party. Doesn't matter, mate, because you can watch it on repeat.
Yeah. We are going to try and put these live on YouTube as well, aren't we, from in the future?
Yeah. We're not sort of cottoned on to that, have we? That you can stream on YouTube at the same time. Probably save us some work as well, having to edit.
Yeah. Well, after we went on the American show, it was all streamlined, wasn't it?
Yeah. Those guys know what they're doing. We're just doing it, aren't we? That's right. Yeah, that was a good crack. That we'll have a chat about that later. But I tell you what, buddy. So that's all the sort of main panel stuff. Shall we have a bit of a look at two kind of extreme cases of deep dentage and
get the professional repairs
what we need to be dealing with when we're looking at these? So the first thing we're going to look at is a hail job by my PRC partner in crime, Mr. Anthony Pritchard. When we're over in Europe, we tag up quite a lot. Absolutely savage technician, and this will show you just that. Let's have a look. So
oh my God.
We had this roof here. I'm going to find his messages in a minute. Look at that. This was a push to paint panel. They were originally what they wanted to put a new roof on it, but back order on parts. I believe the body shop begged him to do something with it to push to paint it, and he has, and absolutely nailed it. I'm just going to put that on again just to let it run through while I try and find his message, because he's just sent us one that runs through his process a little bit on this. So let me just bring that up.
So, all right, I've got it.
Have you got it, have you?
Yeah, so it started with a traditional R4. I started using the traditional R4 and realised very quickly it's going to take me a year or so to fix the roof. So I took the break. I don't know. I can't read this.
Right,
you read it instead. Sorry, Anthony.
I'll tell you what it is the boy's from Wales. He's moved to Germany. His accent's all skewed between him and us.
I was going to tackle a roof, and I remembered I had the lack of swivel tips in my arsenal. So I swapped that and pushed the crowns with the swivel tip. Yeah, go on and you read it. Sorry, Anthony.
No, basically, he's just saying he's done the same as you, like with the dent technology tips, which in fact, let's find those. We'll chuck them up.
I've put a picture of the lacquer, the swivel tips. There you go.
There you go. So that's the lacquer ones. I did used to have one of these. Again, ended up giving it away because I never really used it. So yeah, that's what Anthony was using to fix that kind of damage and bring it up quick. And I know a lot of lads do, to be fair. So they are worthwhile having in your toolbox for sure. So yeah, basically what he was saying is he was using those to bring them up and then obviously deal with the crown work while somewhat dollying, I guess. But yeah, basically saying there's about 1,200 dents, average size, 40 to 50 mil, and I think it's more than apparent from that video how viciously sharp they were.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, that was some nasty hail damage stuff. And I think he's done right there, to be fair. I mean, when we've worked together and had stuff like that before, again, as I was saying before, I'll tend to go for sharp tips to deal with that. But it's not just that they're sharp dents; they're absolute squadrons. Look how many are clumped together.
I know, that's horrid, especially that one in the middle. God.
I mean, you've probably got about 4 dents on top of each other there. So
yeah,
I suppose picking all them out is going to be a bit of an issue. So maybe you want to just dolly that whole area and work it that way. Fair play, buddy, oh boy.
Yeah, that is it's a specialist repair, is that for sure.
Everyone jump in the comments section and give Anthony some love. He deserves it.
There you go. Those swivel tips bring the crown into the dent as you push.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Apologies, Anthony.
That's fine. Anthony, chuck up in the comment section, buddy. Chuck up all your social medias and stuff like that so everybody can go give you a follow and see what you're getting up to. Absolutely deadly hail tech. So happy days. Hey, Brandon's on. What's up, gentlemen? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, wow, that thing is smoked. Yes, definitely smoked.
Sir. Well, Brandon's a lad who knows about dealing with smoke panels. Jesus, wet. Just before we went on the podcast with all those guys last week or the other week, whenever it was, he sent me through a video of this bonnet he was working on, or hood if you're American, obviously, and it was just a whole can of nope. And just sent me the after yesterday. Absolutely insane. I'm not going to put it up because I don't know whether he's put it up or anything like that, but go give Brandon a follow. Brandon, chuck up your social details in the comments, mate, so people can go and have a look at that bonnet or whatever. It's just absolutely ridiculous. But again, I don't know. Can we talk about next week, Brandon? Can we talk about next week? I don't know yet because it's not been announced. I'll keep my mouth shut now for now.
Wow, what we're doing?
What we're doing? We're not sleeping again. We're not sleeping again. I can tell you that much.
No, not again. Brandon says he can talk about it. There you go.
Wicked. So yeah, next week, next Wednesday, Brandon and Andy have been kind enough to invite those dent guys onto their podcast, the Ginger Bros. So everybody run over and give the Ginger Bros a follow. I've been catching up on their show over the past couple of weeks, and it is quality. Good crack. So
yeah, you'll have a laugh.
go and give those guys a follow. And like I say, we'll be on there causing a nuisance of ourselves next week, no doubt.
The Brits.
Brits, that's it. We're coming. I feel like we're like the kind of nuisance problem child of the Dent podcast world.
Do you reckon?
Yes.
Some butthead.
Yeah, exactly. Oh dear, I don't know. Right,
you guys are crazy.
A little bit. Excuse me, but yeah. So that's some nasty sharp hail stuff anyway. Which is
you got any more?
I have got one more, and it's what we were talking about at the start of the show. Yes, mate, it is going to be a blast. We'll have a good crack next week for sure. Yes, we do have one more repair to look at, and like I said, I have no idea how Igor has pulled this repair off, but he sent us all the content through, and I believe he's online with us tonight. So if you're there, buddy, in fact, if we'd had time and planned this properly, we could have got you on live with us and had a chat, but we didn't. So chuck up in the comment section when we show you this.
We'll be having a gin at this time, won't we?
All the details, because this is just ridiculous. So this was the dent in question. Holy moly. That
needs a GB badge right on that.
Yes, it does. Or a new tailgate, either or. So obviously quite a horrendous dent and a lot of tucked up areas, but as per the title of this show, yes, sharp and deep. Now, how is everybody starting that? I'm just going to leave that up for a minute. Everybody jump in the comment section and just let us know what you were starting that with. Martin, what are you doing?
I would probably glue pull the just under where the light goes on those two corners, just see how it worked.
Yeah.
How it came out, and then I'd probably just glue pull it until I got to a point where I'd use the bars.
Yeah, 100%.
Or maybe if you could get some kind of edge pliers on that edge. I mean, that edge is those edges, top edges are the most important things for me. Once those are out, the rest of it will repair, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. God, how would I be starting that? I think, similarly, probably going to have to, I'll be putting some tension on it for sure. Anthony, run. Yep, 100%.
The Devil's Smile by Sam. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong there.
Yeah, definitely going to have to be glued for that, I would have said.
Oh, what? Sorry, glue pull most of it.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, it depends what the access is like inside as well. What's everybody else saying? Oh, sorry, mate.
You're all right. We're double clicking.
Barry said heat, airbag, and then he's left us hanging. Look, he's left us hanging. What happens after that? I'm excited. What's happening?
Another one from Graham, Dentmaster Johnson, airbag as well. I ain't got any airbags either. I need to tot up on my tool arsenal, don't I?
Is the airbag like the blow up sheet that Simon Dyer recommended?
Man.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad shout actually. Airbag and glue to start. Yeah, I need to get involved in airbags.
Airbags,
yeah. It's almost like we don't get out much.
I know.
Anyway, I don't know.
We'd have everything, wouldn't you?
Igor may well have gone quiet because he's not chucking up in the comment section. So I am just gonna bring up his message.
It's gin time, isn't it? You'll be having a little gin.
It is. It's gin o'clock, right? So where are we? Igor. There we are. Look. All the details. So that dent there. Can you believe Igor only used one tool to fix that?
Really?
What tool do you reckon he used?
His brain, obviously.
Clearly.
Yeah, must have fought well on that one. Go on then, what was it?
Right, let's have a look at the after first and just see what kind of result Igor got.
Yeah.
Look at that. He's proper and took that.
That's clean, yeah.
Up. Look at that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable result. So, what tool did Igor use for that, I wonder? Just the one? Anthony's saying dent dial. Yeah.
Brandon's
That's probably
saying
what I
lots
would
of
have
heat.
guessed. Brandon's saying lots of heat.
And Barry's still saying the airbag.
Heat airbag, and then did he fall asleep? Are you still there, Barry? Send help. Nice. No, I'll tell you what tool Igor used, and I bet no one in here would even think to use it, and I'm still not sure. But Igor used an ultra pick tool, and he repaired it in only 40 minutes.
Really?
With an ultra pick.
He should go in for the Dent Olympics.
That is ridiculous. Now, I did drop Igor a bit of a FaceTime today, just to have a chat with him about it and whatnot. So we did use an ultra pick that he clothed up somewhat. So obviously folded cloth just to button that off. But for whatever reason, it's the way he's always done it. And that is that. It was the only tool. He said, obviously, Steve Buckle, who he's working alongside over in Sweden, and obviously been on the show before, said Steve was just stood there in absolute amazement at what he was watching, as I think we all would be.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Who in their right mind is picking an ultra pick tool out of the tool set to attack that?
Just use this.
I know. I mean, to be fair, mate, I think we need to probably have Friday Night Cheers with Igor again and bring him back on the show, and he can run us through that properly. I mean, it'll be messy, of course it will be, but it will be a good crack. But I would like to hear blow by blow how that was done. Like,
hey, here he is.
Oh, there he is. Look, he's back. It was constant heat on the dent. Glue pulling wasn't working at all, so he did try glue pulling, and it did nothing. Okay, fine, right.
You don't know until you try, do you? But yeah, well done on that one, especially with a pick.
I want to know how it started, because I wouldn't have picked a pick out till the end, and that's for sure. If I even made it to the end, who knows? So Igor's saying, so I just went where I feel comfortable, and that's a sharp tool.
Yeah.
And I think that's...
Well done. Yeah, well done from the panel as well. Sam says incredible work.
I think that's pretty much the answer to all of this, is to go where you feel comfortable. You know, what works for you. But it is great hearing from everybody on sort of the different ways they go about things.
Definitely. And we all know now, if anyone ever gets a sharp dent, just send it to Igor.
Well, yeah, he's my new go-to.
He is. And Anthony.
Clearly. Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, Igor's just saying again, starts with a cloth over the tip and soon got rid of the cloth.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus. What kind of cloth were you using, buddy? Was it just like normal fabric or leather or what? Because to me, it doesn't matter how many times you fold a cloth, that pick tool's going straight through it.
Yeah, another one from Danny. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair as well, how that's not bruised up to the nines, I'll never know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Absolutely.
You can even see a reflection of him in it.
Yeah. There he's look.
Wayne saying Paul Daniels magic cloth. You can start selling it. There you go.
There you go. Well, that's it. Yeah. I mean, there's your next crow card tool. Look, the magic cloth.
The magic microfiber cloth.
Normal microfiber cloth. Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus.
Was it a new one or was it an old one?
Had it been washed or not? I still don't get it. I still don't get how you can ultra pick that, but unbelievable.
Well,
Fair play.
It's done, and there you go. That's the results.
Well, there we go. So, sharp dents, everybody. What are we saying?
That was it.
Have we learned anything new? Oh, hang on. And a follow-up. And on this one, I didn't use toll cut.
I wasn't going to put that one up. I thought we was going to keep it all magical.
No, he said he didn't use toll cut.
Oh, right, okay. Oh.
No. And then he's saying no Glexo Magic. I think Eagle might have done that before. Did you do that before Glexo Magic was a thing? I don't know. I can't remember when it went up now. A washed blue cloth, just to be specific. So everybody, get to the supermarket tomorrow, get yourself a washed blue cloth, because apparently it's the tool we've all been needing. Who knew?
And just going back on that Glexo Magic as well, you can actually put Glexo Magic on your sharp, spiky edge jogs and your Sonics.
Fair enough. Is that not going to just completely flatten it, or is it?
No, you just put a light amount on there. But you'll have fun trying to get it off.
Oh yeah, I can bet. Maybe just buy a burner one or something.
What do you mean?
Yeah, one that you don't mind wrecking a bit. You know, like
right,
your burner whale tails that you bend left, right, and centre and all that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Yeah, boy. Well, there you go. So, sharp dents. I mean, I've actually learned a bit there. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, good effort.
I've learned that I'm going to use Ultra Picks more often.
Yeah. And Brandon uses them to sort his meat out.
Good lad. Good lad.
So, when are we on next week, Ben, for the Ginger Bros?
So we've not got those dent guys next week. We are doing the Wednesday night, or well, it's Wednesday show. So that's the 8th. Is it the 8th? No, 8th. God, I'm gonna have to check the calendar now. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, Wednesday the 8th.
Wednesday the 8th.
I believe that is 6 p.m. Central Time.
Okay.
But that is going to be 12 p.m.
Oh, God.
GMT. And if
cheers,
you're Europe,
Brandon.
that is 1 a.m. So, like we said last week, if you do not stay up and watch that to support those dent guys, are you even a dent tech?
But honestly, it was a laugh last time.
Yeah,
it was plenty of laughs.
Yeah, so we jumped on the John Bydean's Dents and Dreams podcast, didn't we? Which basically had a ton of all the podcasters from everywhere on there, all at one go. Yeah, it was a good crack. Again, a lot of knowledge, talking about the MTE stuff. We posted a link up, so obviously if no one's seen that, go check it out. Some cool things coming along at MTE, podcast related and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was cool, wasn't it? And we get to do it all again with Brandon and Andy next Wednesday. So super looking forward to that. And then obviously, if anyone misses that, we will be sorting a date out in the diary to get those guys on our show as well. So we'll have the Ginger Rose getting on the UK scene, and we get to grill those guys about the ridiculous repairs that they're pulling off over there. Because there is just some insanity going on in their workshops, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. We found out about the pricing as well.
Yeah, we can have a really good chat with those guys about all that sort of side of things and how that works. So yeah, that'd be cool next week on Wednesday. Obviously there won't be of those dent guys. Maybe the week after that we should probably do a Friday night cheers though, because it's been a while since we've had a Friday night beer with everyone, hasn't it?
Yeah. We need a beer.
Yeah, time to have a beer. Igor, do you want to come on with us? Couple of weeks, Friday. Get back on with us.
Yep. Said thanks, man. Yep, he's on. Yep,
there we go. Done. We'll have a Friday night beers in a couple of weeks. And how's that?
Lovely. I like it.
Sounds like a plan.
Also, while we're just still on here for the UK lads, obviously, because this is the British podcast, Brian Milner's having a day on January 21st, that weekend.
Oh, perfect. I've missed that. That's been announced, has it?
It has. I saw it on Facebook earlier, so I thought it's worth a mention.
Fantastic.
This is all 18 of you on here. Basically, he's doing a weekend for add-ons. So, as far as I'm aware, he does trim repairs.
Yep.
Glass screens. Chips. Yeah, screen repairs, does valeting, all that. And he makes quite a bit from it. It's really good add-ons.
Yeah.
And he's opening up the weekend to show people who are interested what he does. So if you're interested in it, he just wants people that are interested in it to go. But he's open to other people as well. You're best off just finding the link on Facebook and listening to what he says. Yep. But it's on the 21st of January and should be good.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah,
I think he put it on one of the dent groups, UK dent group. So
cool. No, it'll be worthwhile going to check out, obviously. And nice one, Brian, for putting it on for everybody. Again, much the same as ourselves, just doing something for the industry to help further everyone if they want to have anything going on. So fair play, buddy. Good of you.
Want to earn more money.
Very true, very true. And also, obviously, the just to touch on the the access and trim forum that he's set up over here as well. That's going great guns. There's tons of people chucking up all the trim stuff and access and tips and all that. And it's becoming quite a nice little resource for all that. So well done, Brian, and everybody that's contributing as well. Fair play to you. Everybody seems to be jumping on board, and it's a nice, positive little group. So happy days. Well, it's not a little group; it's growing pretty well, actually. So fair play, mate. Igor, I'm always in for a fun and a chat. Signed up, signed on the dotted line. That's it. Game on.
Bit of a gin tasting session while we're at it.
That's it, mate. Have we got any other business to attend to today, or have we checked all them boxes?
I think that's about it. I mean, I could get on to glue pulling. I love glue pulling. And oh yeah, I put up a post up the other day on the social medias on Facebook about glue pulling towers, because I'm quite keen on that idea. I just want to know if anyone else was using that kind of thing, maybe using a post in your garage or whatever. But I saw that Bryce Kelly was using 2 lumps of wood and a pot of power to push that, to push out to kind of release the pressure of a large dent, which is a good idea. That is,
it's a great idea.
Also using the keco paddles to pull on like a quarter panel. If you get a deep chop in a quarter panel near the door edge where it opens the door edge up, you can ratchet, you can jack it out, so you're relieving the pressure from the center, and it's easier to glue the center out or push the center out. Well, so I think it's going to be the way forward. Yeah,
let's get our heads together, and we will devise a show, probably at the last minute as always, surrounding extreme glue pulling and glue pull towers and all that kind of stuff. I think that'd be a pretty good show for everybody, actually.
Yeah, I'd like to go into it a bit more, but we didn't go to the show, so I think anything that we say might not be as much as what was said at the show.
But that's why we bring the guests on.
You see, the people that know.
Yes, that's what we're here for. Bring in the people that know, because we don't. I knows how to make a cup of tea, and that's about it.
Fried chicken.
I use the Van Door latch. Kurt Boyne's saying he uses the Van Door latch for glue pull towers. Yeah, man.
Sounds good.
And Anthony's saying, check out the Man of Steel PDR on YouTube. Yep,
100%. Man of Steel.
That's the one. That's the one. I'll tell you what, that is some insane repairage as well.
Yeah, his crackers. Well, his cracking repairs,
Yeah, definitely worth checking out for sure. Oh, sure. Yeah, so that's that then. That's Sharp Dents done.
Sharp Dents done. Hey.
Glad that's over with.
I worked really hard on that one.
You did, and that's why. Well, yeah, it's just stressful for me because I don't like them. I need a cuddle. I do big dents, but sharp ones I hate.
So we got the show next week with Ginger Brothers. Midnight on Wednesday to Thursday morning, and then we're on
the following
Friday night. Cheers. Oh, we haven't done one of those for a while. With Igor, the man himself, and anyone else that wants to join along.
Yeah, well, we can make it a bit of a fest, can't we? If anyone else wants to get involved,
we can have up to 10 people on here. No,
that's true. That's true.
8 people.
Yeah, solid. Let's have a Friday night Royal Rumble. Anybody who wants to be on the show, anybody who wants to come on just for some random dent chat and a beer, drop us a message or email or whatever. Get in touch if you want to come on the show week on Friday, and we'll have a big Royal Rumble, a lot of us.
I just think you won't be as ugly as us two anyway, so you just
Right, and they'll probably have a better idea of what's going on than us two as well.
Do you reckon?
I know so. Well, let's just put it like this. I think lunchtime yesterday we went, oh crap, we're doing the podcast tomorrow. What are we going to do? We haven't even got a topic.
Can you smell?
Yeah, we're talking about where. Right, folks, I think it's time to start wrapping this bad boy up because I feel fancy an early night. So how do they all them apples?
Good effort. Right, thanks everyone for joining in.
Yeah, good knowledge bombs as always, good tips, and don't stop there. If you do think of anything and want to chuck it in the comments section after the fact about sharp dents or whatever, please do so, and it's there for everybody. So as we always finish up, where can everyone find us, dude?
You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, search for us, Dent Guys.
That's it. And on the streaming services also.
Oh, stream us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Libsyn, iHeartRadio, search those Dent Guys.
That's it, mate. And some folks have started sending us emails as well. Where can they do that?
Right, okay. If you want to send us an email of anything at all, those Dent Guys with a Z, not an S, at gmail.com.
That's the one, buddy. Happy days.
That's the one. They're done well, Anna.
That's it, mate. You always do. Legend. So that is another episode of those Dent Guys done with. Thanks for everyone for tuning in. Nice steady amount of you with us and tons of comments as per usual. So always good to keep that community growing, and we appreciate you jumping on board with us. We do. So other than that, we shall see some of you next Wednesday, and then we'll see a lot more of you, I'm assuming, on the Friday after, when you're all still awake.
Thank you very much.
That's it. I've been Ben Ridley from Trident PDR.
I've been Martin Sadler from Dent Removal Limited.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of those Dent Guys, and we will see you next time. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.